everybody, Brenda here with the Indigo Doors. I'm here today to talk about how we connect with Source, how we communicate with God, how we know that we are in alignment with our highest and greatest potential. And the first thing that we really must do is we must allow our nervous system to slow down. And in our culture in particular, we are riddled with stress and anxiety almost everywhere that we go. We have a go, go, go mentality, and when we reach our limit, we kind of just give more and we keep doing more and we push, and that wreaks havoc on our nervous system. We're beginning to understand that stress shortens our lifespan, and that is that nervous system being on high alert. So we must allow ourselves to be fully present within our beings. We must allow ourselves to slow down inside so we can go run marathons and yet still be centered inside our being, and allowing ourselves to just be in this flow, be in this effortlessness of just breathing. So I'm going to invite you, of course, to allow yourself to become fully present into this experience for just a moment. So we do that by taking deep breaths, and actually holding our breath allows our nervous system to reset. So we can just take a deep breath in and hold our breath at the very top as long as you possibly can, and then breathe out. You can almost feel your body go, ah. So let's just take a couple more breaths inside. Let's allow ourselves to be fully present, letting go of any doubts, any worries, anything. And from there, we then allow ourselves to believe and allow for all possibilities. All my needs are met and absolutely everything is possible. And that is an openness here. So we allowed our body to slow down, and then we allowed ourselves to believe in all possibilities. And from here, not surprisingly, we then begin to feel. We feel what is going on inside of us. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about this world? How do you feel about your life? Just allowing yourself to feel authentically and genuinely. Notice what arises. Allowing yourself to feel. This is an area that many people try to avoid and deny. And it just takes a beautiful moment, slowing down, being open, and feeling. And in this space is where God can communicate with us. In this space, we can easily kind of identify what feels loving and what feels fear-based. In our feeling space is where the greatest version, our highest potential can be reached. This is our soul. This is our magnificent self. This is our infinite value, the feeling self. You feel effortlessly what is loving and what is not. You feel what truly aligns with you and what doesn't. If you're wanting to make a decision, slowing down, allowing yourself to feel, and trying on then, if I do this, how does that feel? If I do that, how does that feel? Now, if it's difficult, if we're used to kind of shutting down this feeling space within us, God will then move it to our imagination. And I want you to feel that for a moment, thinking about why are we going to the imagination next? And the imagination comes next because there's an openness to it. There's an expansion in imagination. We can imagine that the sky is pink and not blue. We can allow for trolls walking around our neighborhoods. We can allow for everything and anything. And so when spirit, when your guides, when God is trying to talk to you, they're going to try your feelings. How does this feel? They're going to help you identify this feels good, this doesn't feel good, to help get you exactly where you need to be, whether it's internal or external. And then if that's not working as well as they would like, they're going to try for your imagination. They're going to give you some beautiful ideas. And I'm going to invite you to notice what you do with those ideas. If you're given the opportunity to think about what would it be like if I won the lotto, what would I do? Well, that's a beautiful conversation within yourself, is what might I change in my life? What might I do differently? Where might I not be expressing myself? And as a last resort, God will then use words. We'll then use our beautiful brains. And the reasoning for that is because we are limited by our belief systems from what we've been taught, from what data has been inputted into our beautiful brains in our lifetime. We are limited by those things. So intentfully saying, I open myself to all possibilities here, that requires that we use our feeling selves and our imagination to imagine what that could even be, because this part of us doesn't know yet. You will often hear me talking about the intelligence level of our beautiful brains, which is exponential, I'm sure. And yet when you feel the emotional self and the effortlessness of that maturity and wisdom, it feels right. It feels good. So, to practice this, I invite you again to slow down, take a couple of deep breaths, go within, and simply notice how you feel. Notice where your imagination might take you. Take 60 seconds. You have a minute. You've sat here this long. Allow yourself to love yourself and be with yourself fully present for just 60 seconds.